Good morning, everyone. I welcome you. This is our second full transportation meeting from the time of crossover. So we have some revenue bills today that have to get out. There's a time associated with those. So all of our committees have dealt with all the bills associated. But prior to that, we have some license plate bills that we don't take through the subcommittee. They come straight to the full committee, so we'll act on those first. And then we'll deal with the other bills associated with the full and the subcommittees. So do you want to take attendance, Mr. Clerk?
I'm ready.
Okay. Everyone report their presence. Okay, it appears we have 20 people present, so we do have a quorum, so we'll move forward with our business. The first order of business before the full committee this morning is, as I said, a license plate bill. It's SB 2112 by Senator Keegan. It is a authorization of issuance of revenue sharing license, special license plate with a design and incorporates the emblem of the United States Navy to active members and certain veterans of the United States Navy. The bill provides that unremarried surviving spouses of such service members may be able to be issued a special license plate. The bill creates the Navy and Marine Corps Relief Society Fund to utilize funds from license plate fee to support the Navy, Marine Corps Society Relief of Virginia. Do I have a motion?
Move to report. Second.
I have a motion and a second to report. If everyone vote on electronic voting board, please. Bill reports 20-0. Our next bill before us is Senate Bill 753, Senator Morsi, another license plate bill. This is the special license plate that the Richmond Planet authorized the issuance of special license plate commemorating Richmond Planet newspaper bearing the legend, the Richmond Planet. Do I have a motion?
Move to report. Second.
I have a motion and a second to report. Everyone vote, please. The bill reports 20-0. Okay, also in the full committee this morning, we moved to Senator McPike's bill, Senate Bill 216, Motor Vehicle Dealers Manufacturers Compensation for Recall, Warranty, and Maintenance. This bill provides that the manufacturer or distributor compensated parts, service, diagnostics work, and update to the vehicle's accessories or functions are subject to compensation related to recall and warranty. The bill excludes certain parts and services from consideration in calculation, recall, and warranty compensation, and clarifies that it is required of manufacturers and dealers in compensating motor vehicle dealers for recall or warranty of parts and service. Anyone in the audience have any comment either in favor or opposed to this bill? Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Ralston King with Virginia Auto Dealers. This is identical to Delegate Scott Wyatt's House Bill 259, and we support the bill and ask for your favor and support. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, move to report.
Okay, we have a motion to report and a second. Everyone vote on electronic voting board. Bill reports 19-0. We move to Senate Bill 278, Parking of Vehicles, Electric Vehicle Charging Spots, Signage for Tollways, Civil Penalties. This is Senator Evans' bill. This is a bill we passed last week, and we brought the bill back up and carried it over to this meeting today. This bill is identical to House Bill 450 Bennett Parker, in which passed the House 73-24. It passed the Senate 28-12. Is there anyone in the audience have any position on this bill, either in favor or opposed?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, it's my understanding that this bill is not identical. We passed a bill that had only a $100 fine. This one has a $50 fine. This one has more fines and towing. So are we conforming?
You're correct. Yeah, that's correct. So we need a substitute.
Wait, so we're conforming
Substitute
to 450?
to conform. Would you make that motion, Delegate?
Yeah, yes, sir. I make that motion.
You move to pass substitute. We have a motion to pass substitute to conform and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Okay. But we need to vote on electronic voting board.
No, that was a voice vote.
That was
need a report with substitute motion.
Oh, okay.
Move to report with substitute.
Okay.
Second.
And a second. All right. So the bill's properly before us. Okay, the bill reports 19-1. Our next bill is Senate Bill 301 by Senator Deeds, Commercial Driver's License Examination Requirement for Third Party. We also need a substitute to conform this bill to to Delegate Batten's HB 530. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion to for
Mr.
adopt-
Chairman.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
I want to clarify the substitute that was discussed would clarify portions of would make identical portions of the bill. It would not be as encompassing as Delegate Batten's bill, but it would be identical to a subpart of that bill.
Okay. So we do have a motion to adopt a substitute and a second. Everyone in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Okay, so the bill is proper before us. Do we have a motion?
Move to report. Second. With substitute.
With substitute.
With substitute.
We have a motion to report with a substitute and a second. Everyone vote. Okay, the bill reports 20-0. The next bill before us is Senate Bill 342. This is Senator Barker's bill. It's similar to Delegate McQuinn's bill. However, I do need a line amendment to make the overlapping provisions equal. Do I have a motion to adopt a line amendment?
Move. Yes.
Have a motion in multiple seconds, so the line amendment in the bill is properly before us. Is there anyone to speak either in favor or opposed to this bill?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning.
Lisa Guthrie with the Virginia Transit Association. We support the bill, and just to, again, reiterate why it's needed, there's two components of it, the free and reduced fare for the TRIP program and the regional connectivity. And Senate Bill 342 would allow more flexibility for those components to be flexed out for the CTB and DRPT to allocate in a more even-handed way and not have such lumpy applications in a given year. So we thank you for considering.
Thank you. And I assume that explanation was specifically for Delegate Bloxham, so who had Delegate McQuinn very nervous about her bill. So thank you.
Thank you
for your explanation. Okay, so the bill's properly before us. Any conversation among the committee? If not, we'll entertain a motion. Doug McQuinn. Doug McQuinn's moved to report, and we do have a second. Everyone vote on the bill, please. Bill reports 15-3. Thank you, kindly. Next bill is Senate Bill 450. It's Senator Boysko's bill. It's traffic incident management vehicles. Certain vehicles are exempt when en route to some of the accidents. This bill is identical to House Bill 793, Vice Chairman LaRock's bill. So is there anyone in the audience to speak either in favor or against this bill? Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Morning, Phil.
Members of the committee, Phil Abraham representing Transurban, the operator of 495, 95, and 395 express lanes. We support this bill in an effort to get our vehicles to the scene of an accident as quickly and safely as possible to prevent secondary accidents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning.
For the opportunity to speak. My name is Ed Rhodes. I represent the Virginia Association of Rescue Squads, and we support this bill wholeheartedly with the amendments.
Thank you, Ed, and thank you kindly for your association supporting this bill. I know there's been some contention there over the years, but I understand, but hey, we resolved that, and thank you for that. Okay, the committee acts by motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
just
sir.
kind of procedural question or technical question. My understanding is this is not identical to House Bill 793. I agree with the amendments, but I don't want to be absolutely
let's go to
clear
the-
what we're
Mr.
doing.
Chairman, Delegate LaRock, it is identical to HB 793 as it is currently, as the bill has been amended in the
I'm sure I
Senate.
didn't
So
say
the
that. I apologize.
drafts are currently identical.
Okay. No, 1 second, please. Would you mind withdrawing your motion? I see the senator here, and I apologize, Senator. My apologies. Would you like to speak to your bill? Don't talk yourself out of a bill now.
Just very briefly, you know that we have been carrying this bill. I think this is my third time to carry it. I'm glad that we've got common ground here and have found a resolution. I do believe that the amendment that was put on the Senate version makes it amenable to everyone, and so I'd ask that you pass it as it is. It is now identical to LaRock's bill as well. So
Thank you,
hope
Kathy.
it is the pleasure of the committee to support the bill.
We appreciate your persistence on this issue.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Rose.
Mr. Chairman, so you're aware of it, we have made an agreement, sort of, and just verbal.
Yes, sir.
With, Ms. Maxwell and Senator Boysko. We will be teaching the course, the emergency vehicle operators course. We will be teaching that to get it started. And the plan is now, at some point in time in the future, we will sit down with this particular group and develop a driving course just for them that's acceptable to fire programs and the Office of EMS.
Okay, thank you. Stand still just one moment, please. Joanne, you in agreement with what Mr. Rose just said? You are. Senator, you in agreement with what Mr. Rose just said? Thank you, Mr. Rose. We appreciate that. Okay, it appears we have mutual agreement. So, bill's properly before us now. Do we have a motion?
Move to report.
We have a motion and a second to report. I'm sorry. That was your motion to make. She'd already made a motion. So, yeah. Bill reports 20-0. Thank you, Senator, for being here today. Yes, ma'am. We'll move now to Subcommittee 2, Delegate Wyatt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Subcommittee 2, Transportation Infrastructure, met this past Tuesday and reported two bills. First bill is Senate Bill 215. This is an agency bill pertaining, dealing with electronic vehicle titling and registration, patroned by Delegate McPike. This permits the Department of Motor Vehicles to expand its existing electronic titling program, which currently exists for new cars, to authorize now person-to-person online titling. The bill authorized the department to charge for that fee if you choose to do it online. You can immediately print a temporary registration that would last for 30 days, so you should get your permanent registration within that time frame. That bill did report out of the subcommittee 9-0, and I so move.
Okay, we have a motion to report the bill. Second. Motion reports for the second. Everyone vote, please. Okay, the bill reports 19-0. Delegate Wyatt.
Mr. Chairman, the second bill is Senate Bill 653, patroned by Senator Cosgrove, pertaining to public aircraft. It extends the sunset provision. What this bill does is the definition, under the definition of public aircraft, moving the sunset date to July 1, 2025. Under the definition of public aircraft, this deals with specifically ATAC, which Airborne Tactical Advantage Company, located in Newport News. They're the largest civilian tactical airborne training organization who trains air pilots in all branches of the military. They own military aircraft and train for the Department of Defense. So this would extend to July 1, 2025, any registration requirements or taxes. And subcommittee recommended reporting at 8-0. And I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to report Senate Bill 653. Everyone vote accordingly. Bill reports 19-0.
That concludes my subcommittee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your good work. Just a long ways to get to where you meet, but we appreciate the work once we get there. So we meet up in the Capitol in House Room 2. So thank you for that. Our next bill was brought to us this morning. It is perceived to be a revenue bill. It was acted on yesterday in Subcommittee 3. So I'm going to now turn the meeting over to the Vice Chairman, who's the Chairman of Subcommittee 3, to act on this one bill. This is Senate Bill 705. Delegate LaRock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you have described, we met and acted on this bill yesterday. The bill requires a towing recovery operator to include the contact information of the Division of Consumer Counsel within the Office of the Attorney General on any invoice charging $10,000 or more for the towing and recovery services rendered pursuant to a lawful request for towing by a law enforcement officer for the towing and recovery of a vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating over 26,000 pounds. The bill subjects towing and recovery operators in violation of this bill's provisions to a civil penalty of $1,000 per violation. We heard testimony and unanimously recommendations that we pass this bill by representatives from the from the trucking industry. Passed out of the committee, subcommittee 9-0, and I so move to report the bill.
We have a motion to report. Do we have a second?
Second.
There's multiple seconds, so the bill is now properly before us. Vote on the board, please. This bill reports 18-1. Okay. At this time, I know of no other business. Does anyone have any other business to come before the committee? Okay. Thank you all for attending. We adjourn.